Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Eliza at Eliza Journals. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a little just unboxing of a new pen that I bought. However, this pen is not new on my channel. I have reviewed the Kaweco Sport before, but I reviewed the green one. And if you are not familiar with the Kaweco Sport, I will actually link the video above in the cards so that you can actually go check that out whenever you have some free time of the Kaweco Sport review. So even though I have said that the Kaweco Sport was one of the worst pens that I've ever purchased, but the only reason that I gave that perception was because of the cartridge. The cartridge is extremely small, as you can see. So it doesn't hold a lot of ink, and you have to continue to ink it, especially if you're writing a lot. You know you're going to have to re-ink this over and over and over and over. Also, what I did not like about it was that it was extremely small. So if you're writing with it with the cap unposted, it pretty much looks like this, like a crayon. And I really don't like that. I really like for my pens to be very balanced and leveled. So I really like posting my pens because it gives me like some balance when I write. I really like the top heavier than the bottom, and that's just, I don't know, maybe it's a sensory thing. But anyway, so I'm going to be showing you the new Kaweco Sport that I bought. I actually had it in my cart for maybe like 2 months, and I just decided, okay, this would just be my last one. I know I've said that before, but this would just be my last one, and because I really love the color. So I'm actually going to and it's still in the Amazon package. So let's just open it up. So I actually ordered this from Amazon, and the price of it was, I think this one was $50.99. However, the difference with this one and then the Kaweco Sport, this one is an extra fine. However, I did not want to wait on the extra fine to be delivered. The extra fine was basically on back order for like 2 weeks. So I wouldn't have gotten it until the 30th of October, like the beginning of May. And if anyone knows me, knows I don't like waiting. I'm sorry, I'm not waiting. So I ended up getting a fine nib instead of the extra fine. The extra fine nib is amazing. The extra fine nib is almost like a needle point. So that's one of the cons that I really do love about the Kaweco Sport. It writes amazing. The nib is completely smooth. I've never had any issues with scratchiness. Unfortunately, I didn't want to wait till the extra fine was ordered, and also it was actually $10 more for the extra fine than it was the fine. So there was also a price difference with the nibs. And I can tell you right now that I really love that it came with like this gold tin box. Well, it's not gold. Well, I guess you could say it's like brass, like a brass colored gold tin. But I really love that it actually came in this little tin box, because I'm definitely keeping this. Usually I recycle my boxes, but I really love the way that this box looks. So upon opening, you have a sticker, a Kaweco. It says Germany since 1883. So you have a sticker, and then I'm pretty sure these are just the instructions. So yes, these are the instructions in different languages, which I can only read a little bit of French and English, and it fits in Japanese. I don't think it's in Japanese. But if it was in Japanese, I can't really read Japanese, but I can pick some words out. So these are the instructions, and then it also comes with the history of the Kaweco, and then it has a warranty guarantee. So make sure you read the instructions, because I never do. So, oh my gosh. The box, the tin, not box, the tin is beautiful just by itself. But this is amazing. Oh my gosh. The weight of it is amazing. It definitely is brass. Like, it's super heavy. Whoa. I wish I had a, you know, if y'all have ever seen Karina Loves to Plan, she always weighs her pens. And now I wish I actually had a scale so that I can actually weigh this and tell y'all how much it weighs. But this is heavy. You can knock somebody out with this. It literally feels like a 1 pound weight. It's extremely heavy. And if I just want to do this so that y'all can actually hear this. And that will kind of give you an idea of just how heavy it is. It is extremely thick. Oh, I love this. Just upon touching it, I absolutely love this. So if you drop this, you don't even have to worry about bending this unless you drop it like 100 feet in the air. So this is so beautiful. Like, this pen is so beautiful. So it says Kaweco Brass Sport, Germany. And I'm going to try to zoom in as much as I can so that it's not blurry and that you can see it. Oh, this is so beautiful. And then the finial is silver at the top. And then the nib is silver. So this is a fine nib. So I want to actually look at this. So you definitely can tell that there's a difference in between the width of the nib. And I always like to compare the nibs of the same brand, because sometimes it might look the same, but it's not the same. But you can definitely tell the Kaweco Sport Extra Fine is a little bit thinner at the nib than the fine. So I'm really, really eager to find out what this writes like. So I'm gonna move this here, and then I just want to see if there's like a difference in the size. So I actually don't really see a difference in the size. They actually pretty much look the same to me. So they are definitely the same size. So I'm pretty sure if I wanted to swap the nibs out, I pretty much can swap the nibs out. If I just say, for instance, I wanted a finer nib on this brass one, I probably can just swap it out and no one would ever know it's not supposed to be gold. Because I think the gold nib would actually look pretty cute. Okay, so let's open it up. Oh, if y'all hear that, y'all hear that? That kind of gives you an idea of how heavy the material is. So, okay, there it is. So it does not come with a converter. However, I would not purchase a converter for this, because a converter for this is smaller than the actual cartridge. So if you see that, this cartridge is super small. However, I am not going to use this at all. I'm actually going to empty this out because I don't want any blue ink. So I'll be right back while I empty this out. And I actually thought I had an empty one already, but I don't. So I'm gonna go empty this out and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back, and it didn't take that long, but it took longer than I thought. And then my finger got a little messy, so forgive my finger. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ink this. So as you can see, I just rinsed it out. I just punctured a hole in it with the syringe, and then I just rinsed all the blue ink out. Because, I mean, I don't really use, I use blue ink, but I don't like using blue ink that comes with the fountain pens, because it's pretty much like a standard blue ink, which I don't like. So I'm going to be using my Planner Monkey Co. This is actually an undated planner that I'm using to just keep track of my currently inked pens for the month. So this is a really great way that I utilize my inks. I'm really trying to get in the habit of just using all my samples first instead of my bottles. But I mean, I'm really using bottles and samples, but I'm really trying to get rid of my samples because those are not in bottles, and I'm afraid that they will evaporate sometime soon because I've had some of them for about a year. So it's time for me to get to using them. So for the month, I'll choose like 7 or 8 pens, ink them up, and then I use them every day until the ink is all finished. So that's pretty much what I did for the month of September. I have went over to October with the same inks because I completely filled up the pens with the vial. And I know some people may say, oh, that's kind of crazy, but it's really not. I'm really trying to do my best at being intentional with using what I have because I'm not ordering anything else. Okay, so now what I'm going to use in here is a new ink from the Coffee Monsters Co. She collabed with Robert Oster, and I'm actually going to put in the cartridge Coffee Monster. So if you have not seen my latest ink swatching video of this, I will link it in the description, and you can actually go check that out. But I am actually going to swatch that here as well so that you can actually see what it actually looks like. So I absolutely love brown. So I'm just like, I absolutely love this color. Like, it's just so beautiful, and it's oh my gosh, like Helen did an amazing job with collabing with Robert Oster with this ink because it's beautiful. Like, this is really a beautiful brown. And I'm going to say, if you've never seen Robert Oster's Honeybee, this is almost like a darker version of Robert Oster Honeybee. So I'm actually going to just go ahead and write what pen I'll be using. So the Coffee Monsters Co. and Robert Oster. And this is called Coffee Monster. I mean, it's such a beautiful, beautiful brown. Like, and I love brown. So I am like a really big fan of browns. So I'm actually going to just let that sit there, and I'm going to actually put that here, crossing my fingers nothing gets knocked over. Okay, so I'm actually going to use a syringe, and this is how most of the time I ink my fountain pens, because number one, sometimes I don't clean my fountain pen nibs before I dip it, especially if it's that exact same color. And to just risk like cross-contamination, I'd rather just use a clean syringe and then just dip it and then put the ink in here. And I've had no issues. I know some people sometimes say they have issues with molding, and that's what I am trying not to have a problem with. Okay, so I need a little bit more. So the cartridge is really small, so when you dip the syringe, you don't even need a lot. Like, it's ridiculous how small this is. Look at that, small. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna put the top back on it because this was $18. And to be honest, I'm not for sure if she still has this for sale. I know the last time I went on her website, it was sold out. but I'm not sure. I haven't been on there lately, so I don't know if it's still sold out. And to be honest, y'all, it's nothing wrong with reusing a cartridge. I'm telling you, it's nothing wrong. Like, yes, it says blue, but you can re-ink this. If you're being frugal, I would definitely say to just re-ink the cartridge because it holds more than the converter anyway. So we're just gonna twist that back on, and I might have to like let this sit for a second. Okay, so now I'm just gonna write up here with the pen so that you can actually see how the pen writes itself. Okay, so now my review of the pen. I love it. I just love a heavy pen anyway. I really like this. It's really heavy. The nib is extremely smooth. I absolutely love this. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't have had any other doubts. Now, the only thing I don't like is that the fine nib writes extremely too thick. So what I may have to do is go research and try to just find me an extra fine nib, because I can tell y'all already, I can't do this nib. The nib writes entirely too thick. It writes like a medium fine. If you can like really see that, just to zoom in, it really writes like a medium fine. Even the Jinhao writes a little bit thinner than the Kaweco Brass Sport. And then see, if you can see here, this is a TWSBI. This is, this is an extra fine. And then you can see this fine. So this writes a little bit too thick for me. I'm going to try to continue to write with it to just see, like, and I know that Robert Oster's inks are very wet. Well, to me, they're very wet. Most of them that I've purchased are very wet. So it does write really wet, which also contributes to it coming out thick, even if it's a finer nib. But I'm going to continue to write with it to see if I can get with the fine nib. And if not, I'm going to see if I can actually order a finer nib. I'd rather just order one than to send my pen to like Kurt Spear from Pen Realm to just customize it. I'd rather just find an extra fine nib. But anyway, I really love the color. The Coffee Monster color is amazing in this pen. Overall, I really love the collab Helen did with Robert Oster. The Coffee Monster color is really amazing, and I love pairing it with this Kaweco Brass Sport. If you stay to the end of the video, give me a green heart in the comments. Let me know how you like the video. Let me know what you like. Let me know if you like the fountain pen ink and the fountain pen. Everything will be linked below in the description. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.